just not having the best luck. I actually took it apart, trying to figure out if I could find a light for when it turns on, and I'm not seeing anything. So it could just be that this one's burnt out. It's a little bit of a bummer, but excited to at least get the games, and hopefully I can stumble across another Atari in the future.
Good news! I have updates. Last video we did, I showed you an Atari clone that I got from my $0 game hunt. I had a bunch of games for it. I was trying to test it up, have a big reveal, and show you this free Atari that I got. And towards the end of that video, it was a big bummer, right? It didn't work. I couldn't get it tested. This day in sports, I threw a Hail Mary. When I originally purchased a lot that had this in there, I was supposed to get 2 of the ColecoVisions. Upon picking everything up, I only had the 1, and I thought, you know what? I don't need 2. You know, 1 should be fine, right? 1 should be fine. If it worked, 1 should be fine. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I went ahead and I looked back through my Facebook Messenger, and I reached out to the person and said, hey, you know, I know it's been a few months and I apologize, but I tried testing out the Atari and it didn't work. Do you by chance still have that other unit around? Maybe I can test to see if that one's working, or if any other parts I could change out. A couple hours later, he got back to me and he said, yes, I do have the other Atari, and I'm happy to meet up with you in the next day or so, and we go ahead and exchange it. So flash forward to that, I got the Atari, and here's what happened.
All right, so this is our original Atari, and it came with this power supply, these games, this controller. Tried plugging it into the TV, it didn't work. I couldn't get it to turn on. I thought it was a bust. I honestly couldn't figure out what was going on, because when you turn it on, there's no power indicator. It just has to plug into the TV. I got the new one, right? I like how it's labeled OK. It's a little lighter. It didn't have any of the power cords, so we just assumed we'd use the same one. I hooked it up, turned it on, still nothing. And you're thinking, best of luck, 2 out of 2. It's gotta be something wrong that's probably not the devices itself. So what could it be? Tried hooking it up to a newer LED TV that had the RF unit on the back, and I still couldn't get it to work. Couldn't tell if it was because it couldn't accept channels and needed to be set on a certain setting. Wasn't sure. So I gave up, and really what I thought I would try to do is just see if maybe it was a busted power supply. I mean, what are the odds that both of these didn't work? So I went to the internet, I did some research. I found out that there are not a lot of these power adapters around. Because this is the Atari clone, the power adapter for the Atari 2600 will work in this guy. So went to eBay, found one, got it about for like $8 or $9. It is for the Atari 2600. It is a knockoff, but decided to go ahead and test it, plug it into both of them. And my luck, still couldn't get this one to work. So I plugged it in here. When I turned on the TV, just when you turn it on, it goes from gray. When you turn it on a little bit, you can kind of see there's a little bit in the background. Something's going on. Something changes. You play with the power cords. You know, something is going on back there. So I went ahead. I figured out how to reconfigure my TV, get it to channel 3. I'm ready to go. Keyboard works. I can now do what I need to do.
As you can see, kind of a happy ending. There's still a little bit of graininess to the games, but being able to play Q*bert, which is one of my favorite stand-up arcade games, Donkey Kong, which is a good close second, you know, and still for free, you know, minus the one cost of buying the extra power supply and realizing that I am an idiot.
Freaking idiot!
So as you saw from all of that, the unit that I have was confirmed to be broken. The second unit that I got did work, but it did need a new power supply. The power supply was broken, the first unit was broken, and then my brain was a little broken because the second device I had worked, the new power supply I bought worked, but then my connection to the TV didn't work because Big Brain didn't work. So on the back of the machine, it says you need to program it to either channel 2 or channel 3, and for whatever reason, the CRT TV I have is programmed to operate on channels 1 or 4. And when I see that, there's no options 2 or 3. So finding the remote, finally just programming it to channel 2, couldn't get the device to work, program it to channel 3.
Great success.
So this is usually where I'd wrap up and just say, hey, everything came out Rex, everything was great, everything was good, you know, hooray to me, like, subscribe, whatever. But there's a little bit of bonus to this video. When I reached out to the guy and asked about the other unit, he mentioned that yes, he still did have the unit, but he also did have another game. So not only did I get the Atari that now ends up working, I now have another bonus game to play with it.
But wait, there's more.
Not only did he have the other Atari, but he had also found some other gaming equipment that he no longer needed. One of which is a Platinum GameCube. Now, it didn't have any cords, right? He was just giving this to me for free. No controller, no cords, no AV, no AC. But because I already own one of these and I have a lot of spare parts, I decided to take it. It was free. Can't argue with free. Worst case, it doesn't work. I can maybe sell it for parts for 20 bucks. But I plug this into my current setup and it works 100%. All the ports work, the memory ports work, the games play on the discs, and so now I have a spare one. So I can either keep this and add it to the collection because I don't have a Platinum one, or I can sell it and probably make 50, 60 bucks on a $0 investment. But wait, that wasn't it. Speaking of gaming consoles that have no controllers and no cords, I also got an OG Xbox. Now, this is not as highly coveted as all of the as the GameCube, but I took it. It was free. Decided, what can I do? Plug it in, see if it works, and guess what? It did.
Nice.
And I know what you're thinking. In both of those, was there just a disc still in there that maybe you got for free? I didn't get that bonus, but, you know, a free Xbox that works, and actually the disc drive on these go out pretty often. This sounds a lot better than the one I currently have, so I might just swap that out and use this one. Once I clean it up and get it looking pretty. And then the final thing, right? Not a lot of good, not some great titles, but in addition to the free GameCube, the free Xbox, both working, the free Atari Raiders of the Lost Ark game, I also picked up 4 Xbox games that I didn't have in my collection: Rainbow Six 3, Shell Shock Nom 67. I do have this one for PS2, but I don't have it for Xbox. Also had Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. I believe I checked, I did have some other Splinter Cell games, but not this one. And then a game I hadn't heard of before, Pariah. Right? Once again, out of all this, $0 spent. Got an Atari that works now. Got an additional free game, 4 Xbox games, and a working Xbox and GameCube. Not sure yet what I'm doing with the extras, if I'm going to flip them or keep them, but for reaching back out to the seller and spending $8 or $9 extra on a power supply and just giving it one extra chance and not giving up, got an Atari that works, got 2 extra consoles and some games. This is where I'm in it now. If you liked the way this story ended, hit that like button. If you want to see more stories like this, honestly, this is not a made-up story, so maybe I can't produce another one like this. But if you like this $0 game hunt and you like the things that this channel provides, hit that subscribe button. You can also hit the bell icon, make sure you get notified of when the next event and next story comes out. I am always looking for more games, and I'm always playing games with my son, so there will be something video game related on this channel all the time for you to see. As always, I've been Rex. You guys have been super cool for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next game hunt or gameplay video. Bye.